Coming up on this episode of Outlook TV, Push Festival Preview.
Montreal Bar Le Cocktail.
A Whistler Pride update, and much, much more.
Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Emily Ann Fraser.
And my name is T. We'd like to thank the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh Nations for the honor and privilege to film this episode of Outlook TV on their traditional unceded lands.
Outlook TV is the queer magazine news show that brings you the stories that matter the most from coast to coast.
And Ollie's got our first story on a two-spirit artist from Treaty 1.
Well, at Outlook TV, it's me, Ollie, and I'm here today at Artisan Avenue for a traditional weave beading workshop with the famous Eddie Mendoza coming all the way from Treaty 1.
So Charlie's Charm is a business that I started with my husband 8 years ago. We originally started with wooden accessories. Probably about 4 years ago, I started to integrate my cultural art and aspects into the business. It's a business that strives on inclusivity and on representation because we find that there's a lack of representation right now that's happening out there, and we're just wanting to do that. Today we're going to be doing some weave beading. So the participants are going to be starting right from scratch. I did bring in looms where they're going to string their own looms. Once the looms are stringed, they're going to decide what kind of design. So we brought grids. When a lot of beadwork is done, we work off of grids that we create, and it becomes the templates that we follow. The participants will then learn the weave beading formats that I was taught as a child growing up. I come from a very strong line of Indigenous people, and within my people, I come from a line that includes two-spirit elders. To be able to have that guidance, to be able to have that understanding and those gifts given to me, whether it be in teachings, whether it be in workshops, it's really helped me grow in my arts. When I was gifted my two-spirit status, I was gifted it with the knowledge that my journey includes our sacred medicines, and I have the ability to grow them from seed. I have the ability to handle them and to create meaningful pieces that bridges gaps among cultures.
Wrap it around a bunch of times and then tie it off. So then that way you're giving yourself...
Every person is welcome here, no matter of the gender, no matter of the culture, no matter where they come from. As long as it is handmade and is locally made in BC, we're welcoming them. Because for us, the important is art and then what they do and then what they offering to people. Indigenous people are a very important part of the Canadian culture. So it is very important. I love Indigenous artists. They are very special. They have very specific things to talk about it. They have a very rich culture and background history.
Workshop here at Artisan Avenue because I support the vision that they have. They're very inclusive. They are very open to the different cultural traditions as well as art. We sell a lot of our items here. We have our art fashion collection here, along with our Charlie's Charm collection, along with Olivier Salva Artiste, and the Seed to Harvest collection.
If you're interested in some of Eddie's workshop, make sure you check out charliescharm.ca or you follow them on Instagram at charliescharmed. For Outlook TV, this is Ollie in Vancouver.
This next story features 8 LGBTQ2IA+ artists, and Gary pushes it. He pushes it real good.
Hello, we're at the Push Festival offices in Vancouver to meet with the artistic director and find out what is in the lineup for the performances in January and February of 2025.
Push Festival is a celebration of audacious live art. We're curated, we're multidisciplinary, we're international in scope, and we really present works that have a sense of cultural urgency. So these are performances that accelerate social change, that animate culture with creative risk, and that hopefully make us feel more alive. Festival is inclusive and diverse in the sense that it's a celebration of alterity, of indeterminacy. It's a celebration of transcultural perspectives. More than half of our programming this year is from artists from 2S LGBTQ IA plus communities. 76% of the program is by artists who are female or gender non-binary.
Neste momento eu deveria me apresentar.
We have a number of works by artists from the 2S LGBTQIA plus communities. I'll start with Transpophagic Manifesto by Brazilian artist Renata Carvalho. So this is a courageous and thought-provoking performance. It really subverts the scrutiny of trans feminine bodies in a celebration, like a radical expression of gender empowerment. And Renata is really exciting because she's also a trans advocate and a really celebrated, acclaimed actor in Brazil. So we're also doing a film marathon of works of both dramas and documentaries that feature her, and that's going to be a free event followed by an artist talk with Renata herself. We also have 2 works by a UK-based artist, Ray Young. So one of these out is a work that challenges homophobia through a succulent and liberated expression of desire, and it's infused with Caribbean culture. And also another work by Ray is Thirst Trap, which is an immersive audio meditation on climate justice that people will experience from their own bathtub. And then we have works like the Goldberg Variations by Clayton Lee. And this is a very unconventional performance. It both indulges and deconstructs desires, and it's a very intimate reckoning with his childhood obsession of the pro wrestler Bill Goldberg. And I'll also talk about Bijuria by Gabrielle Darmou. And this piece explores the layers of identity through voice, music, and drag.
I'm Gab, or Gabrielle Darmou.
We've teamed up with Van Vogue Jam, and this night is a celebration of the creativity of the QT BIPOC community through ballroom. And we also have the QT Cabaret, which is curated by the Frank Theatre, and it's part of our Club Push. And this is going to be an unforgettable night of outrageous drag and heart-thumping music, and it's at the iconic Fox Cabaret. Festival runs from January 23rd to February 9th, and we're in venues all over the city.
This is Gary Wolfader from Vancouver for Outlook TV.
Looks like we have to take a little break now. Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
This next story features art for a good cause. It's Safelink World AIDS Day happening in Calgary. Check it out.
AIDS HIV is still prevalent in our society, and we're very thankful for Safelink Alberta for commemorating World AIDS Day to continue this conversation.
When we were looking at how do we celebrate World AIDS Day December 1st, which is 40 odd years in the making, we decided that we needed to bring back conversation. HIV is still here. It's rampant again, and we need to figure out a way of how do we portray that message in a way that's reflective, in a way that remembers where we came from and gives us direction as to where we're going. So we knew we had a couple of films that we could possibly show. Joe Average and Fancy put together this lovely little conversation about HIV, joy, and art, which was really important because our conversation around today was about HIV and art and how art was able to promote action towards fundraising, towards healing, towards gathering. And we decided that we'd put that together with drag artists to add a little bit of historical, because drag was really important back in the day when we were aggressively fundraising for people who were dying of AIDS.
We were known as AIDS Calgary until about, I believe it was 2011, if I remember correctly. Then we became HIV Community Link. And in 2022, we decided, after a lot of consultation with just various clients and stakeholders, to rebrand to Safelink Alberta. Our work has moved a lot more to prevention and has moved beyond supporting folks living with HIV as our one and only kind of program, to a lot more prevention, to more folks that are disproportionately affected by HIV.
I think the importance of commemorating this day is to never forget all of the people who have been lost to this disease, who were never given their voice and never given a place to speak or be heard. I was diagnosed in 1988, told to get my affairs in order. I had 3 to 5 years to live. Took that for what it was and decided, live life, do what you can. When it happens, it happens. You'll deal with it when you deal with it. Went through a lot of different medications in the early years that had terrible side effects and very difficult for me to manage. New treatment medications gave me a new opportunity to live my life.
When I came to Calgary in 1984, within 6 months we were seeing our first patients with what we found subsequently was called AIDS. So I've been in the trenches since many, many years. Goals in the past was denial, inadequate treatment. People didn't want to get tested because, Dr. Gill, what can you give me if I'm tested positive? I will feel a leper. No one will want to talk to me. Why would I get tested? You've got no treatment for me. Now, we've got wonderful testing. We've got great treatments. And the problem is complacency. I'm not sure I need to know. You've got good treatment. And complacency, society has forgotten that we have more people than ever living in Canada with HIV.
From Calgary Contemporary Arts, my name is T for Outlook TV. The year's not over and we're already planning for Pride next year. Angus has got the update for us on Whistler's Pride and Ski Festival.
What started as a small weekend gathering of ski enthusiasts back in 1992 has now become one of the largest queer-focused ski festivals in the world. Today we're going to speak to the organizers of Whistler Pride and Ski Festival to see what they have planned for 2025.
We're on 32, plus or minus 1 for the pandemic year. But yeah, I think we're one of the longest running festivals in Whistler. It's one of the most unique parades in the world. It kind of starts from the mountain down to the village stroll. We have the drag bingo. We've got the sip and dip event at the Scandinav Spa, that's back. We've got our comedy night event on Wednesday, Thursday, along with the Throwback Thursday at the Conference Center. Friday, we have, of course, our parade tea dance. I mean, just like the name sounds, Ferocious is ferocious. We've got Karsten Sollers headlining for Ferocious this year, and we've got DJ Abel headlining Snowball. We're really happy to bring back some of the talent that I've worked with many years. Of course, every year is never the same as last year, or the year before. The room designs are pretty fresh. New technology with new sound and lighting. We always incorporate all these features to make it a really fun experience. Well, you know what? When you're out in the cold, it's a nice place to be out in the heat there. And Splash is a heated party. It's fun. Our core element of the festival is our ski and snowboarding guiding program. It is free. We don't charge for it. We invite all levels of skiers and snowboarders. We have enhanced the youth programming this year to involve a lot of the local youth areas. We are doing something in conjunction with the local youth, queer youth organization, and we are going to present that in support with Out on Patrols. They are helping us out with mobilizing some youth and getting them active into the Parade Day Friday. WhistlerPride.com is your site to go for all information. And of course, we will be launching the Whistler Pride app, and it'll also be a good source to get information about festival ongoings and up-to-date push notifications. And if any changes, whether related or not, we will be providing up-to-date information all through the week.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt reporting on Whistler Pride Festival 2025.
Well, it's about time to take a little break now.
And with Pride season starting, I gotta get my rainbows ready.
I gotta learn how to ski.
Welcome back, you're watching Outlook TV.
And sending us all the way over to the East Coast, Andre buys us a drink at Montreal Bar Le Cocktail at their 19th anniversary. Check it out.
Coincidentally, that's how old I am.
Lies.
Greetings everyone, salut tout le monde. Bar Le Cocktail is a very popular LGBTQ+ bar known for its lively and welcoming atmosphere. It's quite famous for its drag shows, karaoke nights, and affordable drinks. I attended the 19th anniversary.
We are celebrating 19 years of fun and entertainment. I think it's really important to come here and support local queens because everybody's welcome.
It's a bar that's quite open for everybody. It's very inclusive for every type of drags. So that's what I enjoy about Bar Le Cocktail.
Tonight is a special night and 19th anniversary, and I'm here since 15 years. So I'm really proud to celebrate the 19 years and to be still the part of the family.
My best moments in the cocktail is all the friends I've made and all the fans I've made. Not so much the fans, but all of the friends and all the love and the people I've met. This is the best part of the cocktail.
A great bar for entertainment and to watch a drag queen performance, and it's an absolutely great vibe, positive vibe all the time I come here. It's always happy.
Then my first number was an homage for Lebanese people. So it was an Arabic number with my diva Maya Diab.
This is one of the 2 bars in our community that actually caters to drag queens. And it's rare that a bar like that exists even after 19 years being in the community.
I've been performing here for 6 years now, and it is just a fabulous place to be. And honestly, the show was amazing. Bar Le Cocktail for me is a family where everyone gets to group up, be together, and have a lot of fun.
For the finale, I brought Wicked because it's coming out this week. This is the time to bring all our Wicked. My second number was an homage for Peace on Earth, with imagine all the people with a lot of flags from all over the world to remind everybody that peace on Earth is the most essential thing to do. And obviously the finale was all Broadway musical.
Thank you for being with us. This is Untitled at Bar Le Cocktail in Montreal for Outlook TV, wishing everyone season's greetings.
Coming up next, Ollie bridges the gap between the LGBTQ folks and our allies. Check out this exhibition.
Well, hello, Outlook TV. It's me, Ollie, and I'm here at the BC Affordable Housing Conference at the Sheraton Wall Center in Vancouver. And at the conference this year, we have the art show called Bridges. And today we're going to meet some of the artists that are part of this amazing exhibition.
This year, the topic is about bridges. So a lot of my work they have the bridges in the paintings. I basically love to paint landscapes. So this year, I love this theme very much. As a queer Asian guy, and the root inside my identity, I love lots of colors that will be identified as kind of girlish colors like pink, purple, and these really help me in a creative way of making fantasy kind of art.
Today I've focused more on my indigenous work. I have many different mythologies. The raven and the sun, for instance, is one of my newest paintings, and it's the raven spirit that brought back the sun that an evil shaman had stole, and I just wanted to show, the raven bringing that gift back to us, and then I have some totem paintings of the Vancouver airport. Has some beautiful totems, but I took them out of the airport and I put them in natural surroundings, and there's a lovely carving of two spirits in Stanley Park, and I did my best to capture that in my way. I love to do my best, or strive to show the beauty of nature and the beauty of spirit in all that I try to create, and it has a nice calming effect, I hope, to those that view it. Each person seems to find their own interpretation of what I do, which is what art is all about.
I'm inspired because I'm a 60 scoop, and so I was raised in a non-Indigenous family, and I share my story and discover my own story by doing art. We do welcomes. We say we are one heart and one mind. And so my heart design shares the four directions. And then inside that is the rainbow heart. And inside that is the trans heart. So I believe we should be all-encompassing of everyone is in one heart. My inspiration behind my design was I worked at the P&E for the last few summers and met all the performers in the drag show, and becoming friends and listening and hearing their stories. How do you become an ally? How do we share a story that we are all one? And it was just spending time with them during the summers, and that design came out very quickly, and it's all about friendship and kinship and community.
That was such a great exhibition. So many bridges, so many connections, so many diverse people. For Outlook TV, this is Ollie in Vancouver.
Oh, well, that's all the time we have left for this episode of Outlook TV, but as always, we will be back.
And do you know what burns off all that holiday fat that you eat? Volunteering with us and checking us out on all our social media platforms.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Emily Ann Fraser.
And my name is T.
Stay festive, Canada.